Hello and welcome to this Mamasavi podcast in July of 2019. With us today is Vic.
Hello.
Alex.
Hello.
Witcherly.
Hello.
A raccoon.
Hello.
And someone who doesn't talk. Who will
That's a
be
secret. You shouldn't have
silently
mentioned
judging everything we say.
Exactly. But also, giving you a very well-synced podcast, so don't be too mad at him.
So then, without further ado, let's delve into the topics in this one. And obviously, we have to briefly revisit the past of All's Fair 6, which
yes.
was, honestly, it was okay, it was not bad, but it wasn't All's Fair 5.
And why is that? To be honest, I didn't participate or actually view everything myself, so really I have no idea what even went down there. So,
Well,
that was the difference.
The creativity was there. It was the competitiveness that wasn't quite on par.
Right, I wouldn't exactly say Allsfair is known for that, so would you say
there
that's...
were a lot more cars that were entered solely for memes.
Oh, right.
Like that extremely dummy thick AMW that Vlad drove.
Seth, didn't you have a freaking flying pizza?
Pizza
but
time.
Flying pizza dunked on everyone.
Yeah, I did actually see the session log, and I believe you won like every race, pretty much, right?
I legitimately could have won every single race with the two cars that I entered with. But I'm only human. I make mistakes. And props to Shara for snatching away some of my wins. They actually won the most innovative award.
Alright.
Their car was the most innovative, so technically they also won All's Fair 6.
And what car was that exactly?
It was a dragon on wheels.
Oh, right, I did see that one. That one was very nice indeed. I believe it used the... what's it called? The little dangling radio signal thing that all she cars have, right?
Yeah, I think Shara used the dragon model as like an aerial.
Right, aerial,
So-
that was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, so at the start of every race, the dragon was a very tall boy, and then as the dragon moved, it actually looked like a dragon.
Oh yeah, that's pretty deserving of the Innovation Award.
And I
I think
think
Go on.
the best looking one was Rocket Rodent, wasn't it? By DCO.
Yes.
Yeah.
AKA
quite beautiful.
not totally not Wrecking Ball from Overwatch.
Well, this one's a wheel. Wrecking Ball's a, ball. Totally different.
You know, I considered seeing if I could convert Wrecking Ball from Overwatch into RE and just driving that. Because what gave me that idea was Vic's Egg Dog.
Oh, right. Did you
Yeah,
actually end up
crash.
fixing that, or was it just unsalvageable?
No, I think it's forever cursed to crash the game.
Oh dear.
That is rather unfortunate. What about the wheelchair minion?
Absolutely beautiful. Perfect. Best car. 10 out of 10.
I saw it. Got a nice home in your latest track, right? Some
Yeah.
deserved rest.
Yeah. Now
Really,
living
you
in
should have won from that.
retirement.
Some very interesting entries overall. There were 3 different winners, just like at last All's Fair. Yeah, there was. I don't think there were any new tracks debuting this time around. I did consider I did consider debuting one of my tracks there that I'm still working on, but decided against it because it wasn't ready enough.
I believe last time Range was debuted, right? Or was that the one before that?
Allsphere 4, we debuted Ranch. Allsphere 5, we debuted Ranch Reversed and Red Rock Valley.
Alright.
By the way, which was the car that won the Most Amusing Award?
Pizza Time.
Also, you won twice. Wow.
Well, I still think it was quite enjoyable, but I hope the next Allsphere, which hopefully might happen this summer, is going to be much better.
Fingers crossed. It is always nice to see the creativity flourishing from some very cursed minds, like Frisk's, whatever that was that he made.
It certainly was interesting to drive.
These sort of creations cannot be conceived in any other way, except if, I don't know. Point is, that is exactly the niche that Allsphere fills.
Yeah.
And no other community has anything like this, which is one of the many unique things about this game that should be always cherished.
Also notable Sonic Blimp, which I had to fight tooth and nail to even get in.
If it makes you feel any better, your car wasn't the only thing that had to be censored.
Yeah, I know the other one that got censored, which was the fucking most obscure reference on planet Earth. And
the art on it was a bit borderline as well, but
yeah,
let's not get into that.
The Sakura Engard, which
Yes.
is a reference to an old ass 4chan flash file.
Oh, the name is a reference?
Yeah, it's like...
No, I'm not referring to the name. I'm referring to what was actually on the car.
Yeah, it was like a... The actual flash file is like a bait and switch. It's like Gardevoir Fat Fucking Titties edition, and then it just plays a flash file of, I think, Ren and Stimpy playing the flute.
So this was before the days of being gnomed, the screen going black and turning into a Skyrim intro.
This is like 4chan flashboard, so this is like mid-2000s.
No Ricardo Milos. Oh yeah, Ricardo Milos was in Allsphere 6 as well, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's enough about Allsphere 6. Let's just move on to some past and present competitions happening at the moment. Whitedoom's 1v1 tourney started recently, and by recently I mean a couple of weeks ago. It was on hiatus until recently, and I think it's Giromu that's trying to start it up again.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Along with a couple others to finish it.
Right, Whitedoom himself ran into some personal issues, I believe, so he wasn't actually able to, basically free the time to actually work on it, because, you know, considering from his perspective, it is a lot of work. So there were like 6 leagues, I believe, with around 6 players each. So that's 36 players, so 18 matches that you have to schedule in your week, every week. Yeah, that's quite a lot of work to put in, and unfortunately, although he has been able to do it for 2.5 seasons, which is already pretty impressive, unfortunately he isn't able to continue this. But like you said, Kuromu has been looking to continue this tournament. I believe some other people as well.
I think it's One. That's is that how you pronounce it?
I think it's Onej.
Onej. Well, they'll be watching this anyway, and I'll probably get a nasty DM saying, "Wow, you didn't pronounce the name right, Perish," or some.
Someone's gonna knock on my door. I feel it coming.
Yeah, it should be easier to keep this going with 2 hosts. And I might be able to help out a bit as well.
As someone who was who literally organised last year's ambitious 1v1 tournament a month before it even began. I can very much relate to the issues Whitedoom faces. Each season he organised, there were a ton of no-shows in each and every league of players. At least one dropped out in each league. So, on the one hand, it's unfortunate to see these people drop out, but on the other hand, that's less hassle for Whitedoom to try and chase after people and all that. So, hopefully,
luckily he has,
I'm not sure.
Sorry?
Do we know if there's going to be another? If he's hosting another tourney after this, or is this going to be the last one?
No, I was just going to get to that. Luckily, he is continuing to hosting his cup sessions, so Bronze Cup, Silver Cup, Gold Cup, Plat, and he also has his own Diamond Cup. So even though he stopped doing this the 1v1 tournament, he is still going to be active and hosting sessions. Luckily, because of course those do take quite a lot of time less than the 1v1 tournament itself.
That's not bad.
Yeah, something to look out for.
Guromu's hosting something similar. But
yeah, indeed.
It is 1-to-1 in terms of how the cars and the tracks are set up. How he does it is he had 8 people who aren't the best at the game attend the Bronze Cup. They were all randomly assigned a rookie car. Dreamcast content is not included in this. They did the Bronze Cup tracks exactly how it is in the game in terms of laps as well. And the top 3 made it to the Silver Cup, which happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And the Silver Cup, you do the tracks that happen in the Silver Cup, and the cars that show up in the Silver Cup as well.
Yeah.
In the Silver Cup, players are randomly assigned 4 advanced cars and 4 amateurs. And obviously most of the players in the Silver Cup are a little bit better than what you have in the Bronze Cup. Unfortunately, there were, unsurprisingly, a lot of no-shows. So he had to quickly scramble and fill the gaps, which wasn't too difficult. So the Silver Cup went smoothly. These cups will occur once a week. So next weekend you'll have the Gold Cup, the weekend after the Platinum Cup. I will be attending the Platinum Cup along with Alex here.
Yep.
Mushi will be attending the Gold Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Vic was sadly eliminated in the Silver Cup, but there is a chance he might make it to the Gold Cup if there are no shows.
So there are good points to no shows.
So fingers crossed.
Really, this isn't the only thing Guromu is hosting, because good lord, if you have seen the schedule for the upcoming month, it's actually insane what he's doing. It's like pretty much half the session next month will be his.
We'll be getting to that later on. But for now, let's talk about your contest, which has nothing to do with racing at all.
Right, indeed, it has to do with track making, and to be precise, making Lego tracks. Now, I'm not sure if the term Lego track is really being used anymore, really, or if it's just because nobody is making them anymore. But basically what it is, if you've played the game like the old version, it came with the track editor, and basically a Lego track is any track that is created with the track editor, and then not edited to be more like an extreme, which would be a custom track. So me and Zaino actually hosted a competition for that. Now, the turnout wasn't huge. In fact, there were only 2 tracks submitted. One was by Kiwi, which wasn't really a racetrack. Well, not at all, actually. But it was basically a platformer, really, in Revolt, which was really innovative. It was really cool to play as well. Unfortunately, of course, since Revolt doesn't really actually have any game logic, there weren't really technically anything to be done. You just kind of had to come up with it yourself. Basically, for instance, gathering a bunch of hedgehogs. Yeah, there's no reward once you've actually gathered them, but yeah, it's just not possible to implement something like that in real world. So yeah, still a really cool idea. And
well,
I'm sure
a lot of people tried to deliver the watermelons to a specific character in the track.
Right, unfortunately, quite a surprise for them. Actually, the other track was by Alex. Perhaps you can tell something about that yourself.
Yeah, I've made also a track. I basically just went bananas with... If you guys look at the track from below, it's just a big spaghetti fest. Well, not anymore because it's like half covered up now, but it was just a huge mess of spaghetti, and I was like, oh god, I'm never gonna finish this. So I just made half the track underground.
Spaghetti?
That became the theme. Just
sorry.
So yeah, it does look... The underground part does look very similar to Molten Caverns, which I'm 100% certain you are about to say.
Nice.
Of course I knew that. But it actually, like, that thought came to me independently. I'm not a rip-off, I swear.
Right.
Molten Caverns is totally not a rip-off of Kaddish Sprint.
Never ever. Kaddish Sprint is purple. And Molten Caverns is brown.
Brown. I was going to work on a track for this competition, but Burnout is a fickle being.
Right, yes. I was actually working on myself as well, but basically the team I had in mind was exactly the same as Alex's. Because really, I mean, to be fair, the team wasn't really something you can be too creative with. Spring, yeah, okay, so make something with grass and flowers. That's basically kind of what you're limited to. So in that sense, there wasn't a whole lot to work with.
I was going to make a circuit track that would fit in the circuit pack.
Oh, alright, well, in that case I'll take it back.
Fortunately, I believe this won't be our last chance to make tracks for this competition, is it?
That's right, that's right. I did post in the forum post, the forum topic, that I would soon announce the next installment. I believe soon is at this point around 2 weeks ago, so not all that soon, but it is indeed coming. Really, it's not that big of a hassle to host. It's just give out a theme, and then once everyone has submitted their tracks, make a poll rather, and then you're done. So yeah, really, I could set it up in like 10 minutes or something, which I should be getting on. Now, as for the team, I was thinking, it's not confirmed yet, but I was thinking something like space or something. I think that'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
So in that case,
I am
to the forum post.
I'm very experienced with the space theme, considering the amount of horrendous Lego tracks I made in the past with a space theme, which was literally
yeah, there are a lot of them already.
Literally just a space skybox, made the barriers one color, and made the floor transparent. Space track.
Well, in that case, you're already done. Just submit those.
You know, while I could consider that, I could instead make a circuit in space. Oh damn, the Italians already beat me to that. They have a circuit track that takes place in space.
You could have just not told me that and just submitted that one. I wouldn't have known. I didn't know the track.
Well, it's not a Lego track.
Oh, alright. Well, in that case,
we will be getting to circuit tracks very soon.
Yeah, I've also made a space track. It kind of blew. Don't have much more to add to that one. Just kinda sucks.
Now then, let us talk about the updates for the packs that we have sworn to maintain as we signed the Blood Pact 2 years ago.
Yes. Unfortunately, there hasn't been anything major since, but we did get something 1 week ago. It was still June. So we have 42 new car skins.
Sega skins?
No.
Sega.
All of them, yes.
Yes. And also we have a more exciting update for the track collection. 2 reversed versions, one for Jailhouse Rock and one for Radioactive Garden, courtesy of Kiwi. And also courtesy of Kiwi we have Hullbridge 3000, which is a remaster of Hullbridge 3, a very wonderful one by the way, and I'm eager to race on that a lot more now.
It also comes with a very dope royalty-free, what's the genre? Breakbeat track. Spacey breakbeat track suggested by me. I sent in the link to the song and he was like, oh yeah, that's really good, I'll include this. Even if Kiwi isn't around in the more active spaces, it's nice to see him still contributing in any way he can on the forums.
Yeah, I definitely haven't given up on Revolt, that's good to see.
Yeah.
So,
Also features a nuclear bomb model that I made.
Hopefully one day he'll come back, but that's up to him.
So about the IO packs, some of you might have noticed that we have been getting fewer and fewer updates, and I have been getting busier in real life and so on. But on the bright side, we now have Mushi here, who has been helping me a lot with various things about the website and more recently the packs themselves. So we're likely to get a few more frequent updates from now on.
Hopefully.
That'd be nice, yes. Of course it is a lot of work to do, but on the other hand it is very nice to be able to race with some new content, so hopefully we can find a balance where the work is not absolutely crushing, but on the other hand we do still get a nice amount of updates.
Speaking of new content, there is a ton of tracks that will be added to the circuit pack when it's next updated in the coming weeks. Since I've been given the green light to fix up a number of Italian circuit tracks, which I didn't know I could touch before in that way. Those will be put in, tracks like Burm Lake Circuit and Emerald Pastures Raceway, if that rings a bell. Certain other Italian tracks like Scaslan Bagani, LSBN 08, and a couple of more obscure ones will be in as well, along with some that I myself am working on. I have Super Speedway in the works. I have a collaboration with Paint Art that I have been slacking on, which I want to finish as well. And then there is also the rework for Sideways Sanctuary D, which I am desperate to do at some point, as that track is horrendous, especially the last bit.
I might actually, if I'm able to finish it on time, make a contribution myself, because I have been, especially since I have really been working on it in the last times, but some time ago I did start on a conversion of Mario Circuit from Mario Kart DS, and I believe it'd be pretty nice in Circuit Pack, so if I manage to finish that, hopefully that can be added too.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm currently sitting on a mountain of almost finished tracks. I believe
that's
10
the creator's
tracks.
life.
10 tracks, but I only need to make it good. I'm gonna release them all at once and do the big funny to Vade.
Oh, is that also including the 8?
Yeah, that's
for the
the
Wii
8
tracks?
Mario Kart ones.
Right, yeah.
Well, they're custom Mario Kart ones, so no from the
no
actual
copyright
Mario
nonsense.
Kart. They're from the Mario Kart community, which was months and months and months ago where I did those. Then there's what's the other? There's the from the Lego track competition. I haven't released that one publicly yet because I've been lazy. And then there's the Bone Zone, which is
Right.
the Bone Zone,
Which everyone's looking forward to the most.
Oh yeah, you guys will appreciate that one, I'm very sure.
Another thing that most people aren't aware of is that Mladen is working on a car pack, much like the real-life car pack on RVIO currently. Those are semi-pro cars, and the one he's working on at the moment, I believe, involves supercars and hypercars, so we're talking pro or super pro or something in between. Either way, if he's able to release that, we don't actually know what his progress is on this or when he plans to release it, but when he does, there'll be another pack to have fun with on the circuit tracks, so fingers crossed. Now, enough with the updates and all that stuff. We have quite the packed schedule this month.
Yes. We were speaking about Geromo's Sessions, who has been doing a lot of special events, various exclusives, battle tag and so on, and this month is packed with events from him and a bit from One, or Onage.
Who knows? We'll have to ask him after this.
I'm pretty sure it's ownage, because he just got owned, dude.
Yeah. So, have a look at the IO schedule, and you'll, aside from a few exclusives and the battle tags, we have also Ownage Long Journey is a 4-day event. You don't have to attend all of it, but it's basically every single track that is available, both stock and custom, I believe. And, well, it's gonna be quite a long journey, I guess. And we also have a special for July 31st, which is going to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Revolt. I believe it's going to be just stock content, because, well, that was what the game was like 20 years ago. And I hope to see some of you there.
Right, that's not the only thing we're doing to celebrate the 20th anniversary, though, right?
Yep.
Yes.
We are also organizing, a couple of meetups. One of them is going to be in Frankfurt this month, on July 27th to 28th. It's a weekend, and we don't have any big plans, but we are thinking of maybe doing a LAN party if we can, and also the RV brothers are going to bring a few RC cars. I myself might, if I can make it, and we could have some races with that. Other than that, it's going to be just hanging out with fellow Revolters. And
it's like a Skype call, but in real life.
Skype call? I thought this wouldn't suck.
Let's go to Tesco's.
Oh boy. And that's the first meetup. The second one is going to be one hosted by myself here in Bucharest. That's going to be on August 17th to 18th, also a weekend, and we're probably going to have similar activities to what's going to be in Frankfurt. Hope to see a few there.
Right. If anyone wants a little RV meetup in the UK, I'll be at the London Comic Con in London in late October. If anyone's interested.
Hosting a Revolt panel, of course.
I ain't gonna be wearing a Revolt banner. I'm gonna be wearing my favorite clothes.
And those are not Revolt themed?
I mean, there might be a bit of red. Who knows?
Wow.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really one to plan ahead. Every time I plan ahead,
meetup right here, right now, at my house.
1v1 me IRL.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, how much door?
I don't know.
So, who's going to come to the meetup from here, actually? Witchily and Alex?
I will be, yes.
I'm going to Frankfurt, yeah.
Make sure to post tons of pictures.
I'm gonna post a picture of my face. I've been able to avoid it from now.
It would be a huge shame if y'all did all this good stuff and took no pictures whatsoever.
Right, don't worry about it.
We're gonna rub it in everyone's face how much fun we had, and they didn't.
So yeah, I'll be at London late October if you want to meet up with the creator of Yanisa, Red Rock Valley, and Special Stage Route 5, and get a very special autograph. Do feel free to meet up with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to London and get my pizza signed.
I'll sign your pizza with like a tube of cheese that you can like squirt out, and I'll do it in a way that I sign my autograph on the pizza. That'll be fun.
So I'm afraid we might not have a Q&A session this time because we kind of forgot to put up a form for it, and we did
post. We did create a channel on the RV server. We did ping the podcast role.
Yeah, right before we started.
And nobody's written anything, so...
Oh, we have one question from Witcherly. It seems to be, how are you doing, Sav?
Existing and all that.
Thanks. I'm very glad that we at least got one question in.
Alright, that's all the questions for tonight.
With that monstrous amount of questions behind our back, any closing remarks perhaps? I think one important thing to mention is, in case you got excited about this meetup you just heard about, you can join us on the RV Discord server, and there we have a special channel so you can discuss everything. So we can discuss, you can mention what you want to do, or for instance how late you'll be where, so people can go find you in the city, stuff like that. Basically just organize and try to meet up with everyone.
And to add to this, I'm going to make sure to post as much information about this as possible in the forum thread, which I'm going to link in the YouTube video description.
Sounds like a plan.
With all the information, you have no excuse not to go, right?
It's probably a lot more information than the meetups I had with Vic. Like 2016 and all that. Those were the days.
Yeah, if you don't come to us, I'm gonna come over to you and kick your ass.
We'll just go around the world.
I'll roll around like my pizza. But yeah, that is everything for this podcast, I believe.
I believe it is indeed everything.
Yep.
Thank you all for listening.
Yeah.
Exactly. See you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Later.
Goodbye.
Hee hee.